Right, friends, welcome back to Video Learning. I am so happy you are here today. Let's go ahead and start out by singing Telephone. Hey, 109 Minions, someone's calling my name. Hey, 109 Minions, I think I hear it again. You're wanted on the telephone. If it isn't Valentina, Sophia, Sebastian, Natalie, Mariana, Manuel, Kimberly, Kennedy, Cassandra, Juna, Elise, Jaden, Isabel, Emily, Ed, Marky, Draven, Brayden, Aubriana, Arya, Anthony, Anderson, Anis, or Alexia, I'm not home. And our share will be that today I'm going to make fajitas with some spicy peppers and some chicken, and they're going to be really yummy. And let's do our song or poem. Today, let's do the Super Reader song. Ready? The Super Reader song. Sing it with me. Super Reader does whatever a reader can. Sees a word and he sighs. Reads that word before your eyes. Look out, here comes the Super Reader. And let's do our message. Today is Thursday, May 14th, 2020. Dear Room 109 Minions, hello. Today is a beautiful day for learning. Can you turn the word bat into a new word by changing only one letter? Love, Miss Minion. Here we go. What if I change the B to an R? It was bat, now it's rat. The at sound stayed the same, but the B became a What if I change the middle sound? It was rat, now it's rot. Hear that? The a became a. What if I change the last sound? It was rot, now it's rod. See how that works? If you change one letter, you make a new word, but you can use the old sounds to help you figure out the new letter. We'll work more on this in phonics. Let's do our sight words. All right, day 2 of these review words. What word is this? On. O-N spells on. What word is this? Like. L-I-K-E spells like. See. S-E-E spells see. And day. D-A-Y spells day. Pause the video now and rainbow write our review sight words. Pausa el video ahora y escribe a croyes nuestras palabras de revisión. If you are not sure how to rainbow write with crayons, it looks like this. Write the word with one color and then go over it with lots of colors until it looks rainbow. Do this on blank paper. If you do not have blank paper, use a page from your reader's notebook. Si no estás seguro de cómo escribir con acroris con crayones, se ve así. Escriba la palabra con un color y luego repártala con muchos colores hasta que se vea como un acroris. Haz esto en papel en blanco. Si no tiene papel en blanco, use una página del cuaderno del lector.
So by now you must know that I am Mr. Minion.
Know who this crazy guy is yet? Who is he? What do you think?
I'm Miss Minion's father.
That's right, he's my dad. So the other night I was watching a movie with my roommates, with my friends that live in my house with me. And after the movie, we were kind of just chatting about it. Like, oh, did you like this part too? Or, oh, I thought it was so funny when this happened. And we kind of tell the movie and our opinions and our thoughts back to each other after we were done watching it. And then I was thinking, this is just like books. When I'm done reading a book, I love to talk about it. And tell my friends, oh my goodness, I was so surprised by that ending. Were you surprised by the ending? Or, oh, I thought it was so funny when, or I thought it was kind of sad. And we talk about the things that happened in the book. Today, I want to teach you that readers talk about the things that happen in their book. They end up seeing things that they think are important or things that are surprising or funny. And so when you finish the book, sometimes you want to talk about it by retelling it to someone else you know. This can be a friend that you call on the phone. This could be someone in a Zoom meeting like me or your classmate. This could be your mom, your dad, your big brother, your auntie, your sister, anybody. But it's important that readers talk about the books they read. All right, so I'm going to show you, I was thinking about It's Super Mouse. We've read this a lot recently, and I'm done with it, and I want to talk about it a little bit. I thought it was so funny at the end when he fell. I was like, ha ha ha. And I also noticed that like on every page, Super Mouse does something super. He tries to like jump off of something and fly. It's kind of cool. It's something I noticed. And I noticed that Super Mouse keeps getting more and more excited until the end when he falls. So readers, sometimes you can also connect what you saw. Maybe you noticed a pattern. Something happened on every page. Or maybe you can make a connection back to the title. Like, It's Super Mouse is the title, and every page is about him in a cape trying to do something super. Talk about the connections you made. The last thing I want to tell you about talking about books is you can add a little pinch of you. Sometimes you had something that you thought about the book that's your opinion. Maybe something made you feel sad or something reminded you of your life. Those are great things to talk about. Add a little pinch of you. Today and every day, I want you to think about how you can talk about the books you read. Talk about them with friends, talk about them with family, talk about them with me and your classmates. Let's share our love of reading with everyone we know. I can't wait to see what you have to share about your books. Pause now to do your reading homework. Pausa ahora para hacer tu tarea de lectura. Read any books you like, home books, guided reading books, or even books on the computer. Check out the online resources section of Miss Binion's Directory of Learning Videos Google Doc. Then talk about the book with someone. Share any patterns you noticed, the important things that happened, and add a pinch of you by sharing your opinion. Lee cualquier libro que le guste. Libros caseros, libros de lectura guiada, o incluso libros en la computadora. Consulte la sección de recursos en línea del Directorio de Videos de Aprendizaje de Miss Binion Google Doc. Luego habla sobre el libro con alguien. Comparta cualquier patrón que haya notado las cosas importantes que sucedieron y agregue una pizca de usted compartiendo su opinión. Hey there, writers! So today we're going to be working a little bit more on our choice writing. I'm going to be working on my story about baking bread. Now let's look at our spelling strategies. Today and every day when you're writing, it's really important that you combine all of these strategies to make your words easy to read. The better you do spelling your words, the easier it's going to be for readers to read your book and know what you are saying. Let's read them. Is it a sight word? We know how to spell our sight words. Strategy number 2 is stretch it out. Listen to a sound, write it down, say the word again, listen to the next sound, write it down, just like that until you've heard all the sounds. And then the last 2 we learned more recently. Listen for little words like in and to in into. And don't forget the vowel. We learned yesterday that every word has at least one vowel. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but not 0. Okay, let's get started. Follow me as I work on my story about baking bread. And we know writers always start by going over their whole story. Baking Bread by Miss Minion. First, I mixed flour and water and let it sit in the sun. Sun, jar, spoon, my hand. And we know that writers write in time order, in chronological order. That means time order. So now should I say what I did the day before? I decided I was going to make, no! I need to say what I did next. Next. And nest. Egg. Next. X-ray. X. Next. Turtle. Next, I put all the ingredients in a big bowl and let it sit. I had to let it sit in the bowl for a lot of hours before the bread was ready to bake. So next, I, 2-finger space, I spells I put P, pig, U, umbrella, put T, turtle. Next, I put all, A-L-L, spells all, that's a sight word, all the, oh, another sight word. T-H-E spells the ingredient. Ooh, that's a really tricky word. I'm going to stretch it out like a rubber band. Okay, first sound. Oh, I can use another strategy. Listen for little words. I hear in. I-N spells in. Ingredients. G-go, g. Ring. Write it down. Okay, now I have to say it again. Ingredients. E-eagle, E. Write it down. Gotta say it again. Ingredients. Ooh. D-dog, D. Write it down. Ingredients. Ooh. Another E-eagle. Ingredients. N. Ingredient. And I hear an N nest. Ingredients. Okay, I hear a T turtle. Ingredient. Ingredients. S socks. And that's what we know about the plurals that we learned in phonics. One ingredient, more than one, they are ingredients with an S at the end. Wow, phew, that was one tricky long word. Next, I put all the ingredients in the bowl. In, I-N spells in. In the. T-H-E spells the. In the bowl. B, bear, O. Ooh, long O. O, ocean. Bowl. W, window. W. Bowl. L, leaf. Next, I put all the ingredients in the bowl. Remember, writers, we're trying to write more and more each time. So I'm going to try and add another sentence. I waited. how long did I wait? I waited for 10 hours. Okay. I spells I, using an uppercase I. I waited. W window. Acorn, long A. Wait, T turtle. Wait, ed. Ooh, ed, ed is that ending we learned in phonics yesterday. Waited for, ooh, sight word. F-O-R spells for 10. Ooh, I know how to write the number 10. I could also write the word 10. T-E-N. But I like the number. I waited for 10 hours. O-U-R spells R-R-R or hour. Hours. Add an S like we learned in phonics. I waited for 10 hours. Period at the end. All right, now I can draw a picture. I'm gonna draw me. Just waiting, looking at the clock. I'm gonna draw myself looking kind of bored. Maybe I'll even add a speech bubble, like, is it ready? Is it ring? Egg. Red dog. Eagle. And that's a question. So I can use a question mark like we learned about in reading. Is it ready? I'm going to draw a line, and on this side, I'm going to draw me mixing all the ingredients. I'll draw my counter, the big bowl, and some of the cups of ingredients. All right, there it is. Today, I want you to keep working on your writing. See if you can be like me and stretch out a super long word. See if you can write more than one sentence, like I wrote 2. And maybe even try adding a speech bubble or separating your picture to show more than one thing. Have a wonderful time writing. I can't wait to see your work. Pause now to do your writing homework. Pausa ahora para hacer tu tarea de escritura. Continue working on your choice writing piece. Use all 4 of our spelling strategies. Try to challenge yourself like I did. Continúa trabajando en la pieza de escritura que elijas. Utiliza nuestras 4 estrategias de ortografía. Intenta desafiarte a ti mismo como lo hice. You might want to pause on this screen while you write. All right, mathematicians, today we're going to start by looking at some of the problems that connect to the patterns we did yesterday. Remember, yesterday we looked at how some numbers in subtraction problems switch places. Sometimes you see a number sentence or equation, and it has the same numbers as a different number sentence or equation, but it's in a different order. Look at this problem. Okay, 3 take away 0 is equal to what? Let's think. We have 3. We take away 0, and we still have 1, 2, 3 left. If you have 3 and you get rid of 0, you don't give any away. That's the same as just having 3. Now look at this one. 3 take away 3 is what? Now, do we need to solve it? Do we need to draw a picture and cross it out or use our fingers to figure out the answer? Did I hear you say no? Why not? That's right, the numbers are switching places. If you have 3 and you take away all of them, all 3, you're going to be left with none left. We know that if 3 minus 0 equals 3, then that means 3 minus 3 equals 0. Let's double check it to make sure. I drew 3 dots. Now I'm going to take away 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm left with nothing, with 0. So let's talk about something good mathematicians do, math thinkers do. When a math thinker gets a problem, they think, what is this problem trying to tell me? And what do they want me to find in the end? Then they think, how can I figure out this problem? What tools are going to help me? So you might say, I could really use a picture for this, or wow, I could really use cubes. And then you have to think, well, how am I going to use them? How am I going to show it? And then we have to think how we could write it to show it. If we're going to write an equation showing that something happened, some got added or taken away, we really have to think, what is that going to look like? Are we going to add and use a plus sign? Are we going to subtract and use a minus sign? Mathematicians have a lot to think about. Let's do one of these together, and I'll guide you through the questions. Okay, get out your counting cubes. You might want to use them. I'm going to take out 10. And I'll put them over to the side for now. Okay, I'm going to tell you a problem. Listen closely. Alex has a food bar with 8 pieces of food for the flamingo birds at the lake. Heard that? He has 8 pieces of food on his food bar. He takes apart 2 pieces of the bar to feed the flamingos. How many pieces does he have left on his bar? Use one of the tools you have to help solve the problem. Draw a picture of what you did and write the equation. Okay, what tools can we use? Yeah, we could use manipulatives like cubes or counters, or really anything you have lying around your house that can pretend to be pieces of food. What do you know about Alex's food bar? What did they tell you? Yeah, we know that it has 8 pieces of food in the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What does he have at the start? He has 8 pieces of food. Then what happens in the story? That's right, 2 pieces of food get taken away to feed the flamingo birds. How can we show this? Yes, we can take away 2 cubes to show the 2 pieces of food that got taken away. What are you asked to find in the end? Yes, we need to know how many pieces of food are left. Listen to that part of the question again. How many pieces does he have left on his bar? That's what it wants us to find. It wants us to figure out how many pieces are left. What do you think? Will you write an addition or a subtraction equation? Why do you think that? You can say, I will use a equation because Yeah, we're going to use a subtraction sentence. That's because we're taking away. We're not adding more food. We have some food to start, and then we're going to take some food away. Okay, what symbol should we use? Should we use a plus sign or a minus sign? Which one shows taking away? That's right, the minus sign. The plus sign is when you add more. The minus sign is when you take away. Can you write a number sentence to show what we just did? How about you do it with me on your whiteboard? How many did we have in the beginning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of food to start. Then what happened? Then we took away 2. We fed them to the flamingos. Now what? That's right. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces left. Having 8 and getting rid of 2, 8 take away 2, is the same as having 6. They are equal. 8 take away 2 is equal to 6. Think about that for a minute. If we have 8 kids in our class, but 2 aren't there, we took away 2, that means we have 6 kids in our class. That's the same as having 6. 8 kids with 2 not there is the same as having 6 kids. 8 pieces of food take away 2 is the same as having 6 pieces of food. They are equal. Let's watch one of those videos now. This will be the end of our subtraction unit, so focus hard. All right, let's watch a visual problem to see.
There are 5 baby alligators in the marsh. 3 walk away. How many baby alligators are left in the marsh? What would be an appropriate tool to use to solve the problem?
What should we use to solve the problem?
Counters can be used to represent each baby alligator. You can also use paper and pencil or cubes.
We could draw a picture with our paper pencil.
Alex listened to the story and...
Oh, it's my turn. We can draw a picture with a paper or pencil, or we can use another manipulative like cubes. They show you counters here, but you could really use anything in your house. Little candies, beads, anything you have that you can pretend are little alligators.
Used counters to choose whether to add or subtract to solve the problem. Why are counters a good tool to use?
Why are counters good? Yeah, maybe they're easy to get and you can actually move them and pretend they're alligators.
You can line them up directly under each alligator. Why are there 5 counters?
Why did he put up 5 counters? You can say the 5 counters represent. Yeah, the 5 counters are for the 5 alligators.
There are 5 alligators in the marsh. How can you tell whether this is an addition or subtraction problem?
Mathematicians, this is the important question of the day. How do you know if it's addition or subtraction? Addition is when you put things together, you add more. That's when you start with some and then you end up with a number that's greater, a number that's more. Subtraction is when you have some and you lose some. You take some away, you get rid of some, and you start with a number and then you end up with a number that's actually less, that's smaller. So in this problem, are we getting more alligators or are some alligators going to get taken away? Think about it. Remember, the alligators were walking and swimming away. What do you think, addition or subtraction? How do you know? You can say, I know because. Don't be afraid to tell the computer. That's how your brain gets ready.
Listen for the words in the problem like away and are left. How do you know this is a subtraction story? Some alligators walked away, so there will be a number less than 5 left. How can you solve the problem? Use the counters to act out the story. Then write an equation that matches it. How many counters should you cross out?
What do you think? How many counters should we cross out? Say, Miss Minion, you should. Yeah, 3 walked away. So I'm going to cross out 3 counters. 1, 2, 3. The crosses show the 3 alligators that walked away. The number sentence says 5 minus 3 to show we had 5 and then 3 walked away. Minus 3.
Cross out 3 counters because 3 baby alligators walk away. How many counters are left? There are 2 counters left, so 2 baby alligators are left. Write the minus sign and complete the equation. 5 minus 3 equals 2. How can you make sure you subtracted correctly? You can use the counters to check. Now you know how to use tools to help you solve a problem.
Great job!
Yeah, great job. For homework today, I'm going to tell you a few problems. Now, they might be addition, they might be subtraction. Your job is going to be to figure out what kind of number sentence you need to write, and then act it out with a picture or some counters like cubes and marbles. But remember, listen closely. Are you doing addition? Are you adding more? Or are you doing subtraction? Are you taking some away? In addition, you start with some and you end up with more, a number that's greater. In subtraction, you start with some and you end up with less, a number that's smaller. Listen to the following story problems about guitars. Use pictures and or manipulatives to solve. Don't forget to write a number sentence. Think extra hard about whether the problem is showing addition, adding together, and use a plus, or subtraction, taking away, with a minus. Escuche a la siguiente historia de problemas sobre guitarras. Usa imágenes y o manipulativos para resolver. No olvides escribir una oración numérica. Piensa mucho más si el problema es sumar. Sumar o restar. Quitar. Today's math homework is going to be about guitars. You're going to need to use your whiteboard to solve the problem. Some problems will be addition and some will be subtraction. Some will even have you compare. Pay close attention. Here is Guitar Store A. How many guitars are at this store? Count them. Write the number on your whiteboard. Press play when you're ready to watch the rest. Press pause while you're working. Here is Guitar Store B. This is a different guitar store. How many guitars do they have? Count and write the answer on your whiteboard. Press pause while you do it and press play when you're ready to move on. Okay, let's think about this. Which store has more guitars and which store has less? Can you tell me the number that is less? Which store has less guitars, the smaller number? Here's those pictures again of store A and store B to help you. Press pause while you do this work. I want you to figure out which store has less guitars. Now I'm going to tell you a problem. Think closely about how you can solve it and whether it's addition, adding more, or subtraction, taking some away. Remind yourself, how many guitars does store A have? Count them now. Store A gets one more guitar. How many guitars does store A have now? Write the number. Use counters or drawings or cubes or marbles or your fingers to show your work. Was this an addition problem or a subtraction problem? How do you know? Press pause while you figure it out. Press play when you're ready to check your work. Ready to check your work? 9 plus 1 equals 10. This is an addition problem because we're adding another guitar. We start with some and then we end up with more. Now let's look at store B. How many guitars did they have? Remind yourself by counting. Store B sells 2 guitars. How many guitars does store B have left? Write the number, use countings or drawings to show your work. Is this an addition problem or a subtraction problem? They had some guitars and then they sold 2 of them, and we need to figure out how many are left. Write a number sentence and draw a picture to show what happens. When you're ready to check your work, press play and I'll show you my sentence. Ready to check your work? 7 take away 2 equals 5. Store B had 7 guitars. They took away 2 by selling them, and then they had 5 left. It was a subtraction problem because we're taking away. We start with some and then we end up with less. So, learners, yesterday I was reading with Alexia a little bit on Zoom. She came to my evening Zoom and we were doing a little bit of reading and we were looking at some words, and at one point we saw the word in hidden inside a word. And I thought, now is a good time to talk a little bit more about using words you know to help you figure out words you don't know. We already know how to find hidden words, but today I want to teach you that sometimes a word that you don't know looks a lot like a word you do know. Maybe only one letter is different, and you can use that to help you. Follow me. I'm going to show you some examples. All right, today we are going to make new words by changing the last part of the word. Here is the word it. I-T spells it, it, it. What if I take away the T and make it an S? Now it's is. What if I take away the S and put N? Now it's in. Notice that the it is sound stays the same. The sound that's changing is the ending sound. Listen. It is in. Let's do one more. If this is in, what is this? If. Here the it is stays the same, but the ending sound changes. If. Let's try another example. Here is the word at. This is a word you know. What if I change it to, now it's am? What if I change it like this? Now it's as. Let's try a different example. This This is the word. Ready? Help me figure it out. Cap. Now watch. I'm going to change the ending sound. The ca stays the same, but the ending sound is different. Now it's cat. What's the word? Cat. What about this? Now what is it? Can. You know that word. When you're wondering how to write a word or read a word, the words you know can help you. Just look at how many words we made by changing the letter at the end. Today for homework, I'm going to give you a list of words. I want you to see if you can make a new word by changing only the ending sound. Again, change only the ending sounds like I did. I'll show you the first one. Pause on this screen to do your phonics homework. Pausa en esta página para hacer tu tarea de fonética. Change the last letter, the last sound to make a new word. Cambié la última letra, el último sonido para crear una nueva palabra. Este es un ejemplo. The first word is fit. But I can make a new word by keeping the f and the I, keeping the fi, getting rid of the t, and adding a n. Now it's thin. The beginning and the middle sound stayed the same. The f stayed the same, but the ending sound changed. It went from fit to thin. See what to do? You try. You can do it with your magnetic letters, or you can write it, whatever you prefer. And it's sticker time! Today was lesson 33. Great job!